We have an Isabel Chen. Are you present and interested in speaking?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, can you please state your name and where you live? And you have 2 minutes.
Hi, my name is Isabel Chen. I'm a resident of Providence Ward 1. I'm a medical student. I'm also a member of Against Racism in Medicine, so I wanted to take a second to uplift the earlier comments that were made by Aloha, Megna, Sophie, and Lily, and encourage you to read the full report that was emailed to you all, Police Violence as a Public Health Crisis, supporting calls to defund the Rhode Island Police. I also wanted to speak today as a representative from Rhode Island Medical Navigator Partnership, sometimes called RIMNIP. RIMNIP is a medical student-run organization partnered with House of Hope that works in teams to provide longitudinal medical and social service support to people experiencing homelessness in Rhode Island. Through my experience and my relationship with people in the homeless community, it's clear that policing disproportionately impacts and harms people who are experiencing homelessness in Rhode Island. I've worked with, and I also should mention that our police and our city criminalizes poverty. I've worked specifically with people in Providence who have been crippled by legal fees and fines for crimes like driving with an expired license when they didn't have enough money to pay for a license renewal. Our city criminalizes poverty and then traps people in a vicious cycle of more fines and fees. I spent months working with one individual, taking them to court dates so they could work out a payment system on past fees, again with money they didn't have because they're homeless. We spent so much energy trying to avoid more court fees and fines, energy that should have been 100% focused on finding housing. Policies and policing that criminalizes poverty is unacceptable. I also, of course, have to mention that we know that policing disproportionately harms Black and Brown community members, and that Black and Brown people who are experiencing homelessness are even more exposed to police harassment and violence. The increased police harassment and brutality that Black and Brown people experiencing homelessness are subject to is unacceptable. These are some of the many reasons why I support defunding the Providence Police. I also demand that the full council and Mayor Lorza do everything in their power to adopt a budget that redirects all funds from the police department and towards community well-being, housing, healthcare, including mental health care, and meeting the needs of its residents. It's clear that the police force are ineffective at keeping local communities safe, and they perpetuate oppression of residents who are people of color, undocumented, mentally ill, disabled, LGBTQ, and unhoused. Shifting money away from the police and towards housing is of critical importance to me and the folks who I work with who are experiencing homelessness. We want our tax dollars to go to our community's well-being and healthy housing, not cops. Thank you.